Hi everybody, welcome back to Study Room, and today we are going to discuss lifelines of national economy. Alright. So first of all, we have to understand how the economy works, and for economy to work, the very important thing over here is transport. How do you go from place A to B? And it would definitely be possible through transport. So there are certain means of transport. Transportation can be land transport, water transport or air transport. Within land also there are subdivisions like roadways, railways, pipelines, alright. So when we call about roadways, you have buses, tempos, taxis, cabs, railways, trains, alright. Pipelines are used for gas transfer, oil transfer. Alright. Now we have water. Water transports are overseas. Overseas water transport are transports that help you to go to different countries. Alright. Beyond the territory of India are overseas. While when you are moving within the Indian territory, it is referred to as inland navigation or inland water transportation. Now, through airways, we have domestic airways. So, within the Indian boundary, within the Indian territory, if you are moving somewhere, then you'll be using domestic airways. Otherwise, you'll be using international airways when you are going abroad or coming from abroad. Then also it is international airways. Alright, so now we'll be discussing in detail about roadways. So in India, roadways have a preceded railways, so you can see how closely knit this system is. Alright. So they still have an edge over railways given the ease with which they can be built and maintained. So for railways, you have to lay the tracks and all, and the process is a bit more complicated. While in roadways, such things don't hamper in your way. So India has one of the largest road networks in the world, aggregating to about 56 lakhs kilometers. All right. So it is huge number. Now there is an increase in significance of roadways. All right. Growing importance of roadways. Now we will discuss about it. So lower construction costs than railways. I've already discussed that for railway lines you have to lay out the tracks and all, and the cost of creating and manufacturing trains is also very high. While you don't have to produce or to do the manufacturing of buses for yourselves, the private buses can also run. You just have to pave the way, pave the road. So that is why the lower construction it is. And traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. So undulating topography means, topography means landforms. So in different uncertain landforms also you can have roadways. Even in Ladakh you will find roadways, but it is very difficult to find railways or airways at such areas. Alright, so traverse comparatively more dissected, and one pakka road can be dissected into so many kacha road. So one road links so many areas together. Negotiate higher gradients of slopes and traverse mountains like the Himalayas. And even in Himalayas, now we are talking about different landforms here. So when you talk about Himalayas or hilly region, you will find roads. People are making roads for the ease. Alright. So economical in transportation of person or small amount of goods. If your goods are limited, you are not sending a cargo full of your manufactured products. So then it is fine. You can travel through road and it would be easy and economical also. Now the fifth point is link between other modes of transport. So even if you are going to railway station, you need road. Alright. So when you step out of home, you take roads to the railway station, and then the railway station takes you to other destination. Alright. So even if let's suppose you only have airways in your country, you only have helicopters and private planes and everything, but to reach to that place you need some road. No, you cannot, everything cannot be in your home. it is a public space, so people require roadways to even connect to other modes of transport. Alright, now we are talking about roadways in India. So golden quadrilateral superhighways connect India's mega cities. How does this golden quadrilateral works? So the government has launched a major road development project linking Delhi. So different cities it links like Delhi, then what it sees Kolkata, then Chennai, then Mumbai. Alright, and it is a 6-lane superhighway. Alright, and there is a north to south corridor connecting Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and east to west corridor connecting Assam to Gujarat. Alright, so we have known everything about this area. Now we are coming to national highways. So national highways link extreme parts of the country. So one such fact you all need to remember is what is NH1, National Highway 1. So national highways are the primary road systems that are laid and maintained by the central government or central PWD. Okay, Central Public Work Department, which is, so many civil servants work over here. And the NH1 that I was talking about is Sher Shah Suri Marg. Alright. So it is called NH1 and it is between Delhi and Amritsar. You all must have heard about it. It is very much famous. Now we are talking about state highways. State highways link a state capital with other districts. Who maintains them? Now SPWD would work. That is State Public Works Department would take care of these roads. You must have seen when you are crossing states and state boundaries, you will see different roads, like they cover a large area, 6 lanes and 4 lanes roads you will see. Then you have district roads that connect district headquarters with other places in the district. Now it is maintained by Zilla Parishad. Zilla is called district in Hindi. Alright. So now we have roadways in India. So there are, this is I guess 5th one and this is 6th one. What are other roads link rural areas and villages with towns? So you can find Kacha roads over here. Alright, and they come under Pradhan Mantri Grameer Sadak Yojana nowadays. Because when this initiative was launched, after this, so many rural areas got their first road because of this scheme. Pradhan Mantri Grameer Sadak Yojana. Then we have border roads. Alright. So border roads are built by Border Roads Organization, a government of India undertaking that constructs and maintains the bordering areas of the country. It's a huge task because sometimes it faces several conflicts within countries, but this work is done by BRO, then Border Road Organization. Then we have metalled and unmetalled roads. So metalled roads are all-weather roads. So they can work in all seasons, be it rainy season, winter season, summer season. And they are made up of cement, concrete, bitumen of coal. Therefore, these are all weather roads. And then there is unmetalled roads. They used to get sunk in rainy season. I'll tell you the truth. What happens that in the rainy season, they are of no use because it would all be muddy and you cannot even walk. So what are they made of? They are made of gravel roads which may go out of use in rainy season. Alright. Now we are moving towards railways. So you can see how closely knit this system is. We have the world's largest rainy season, I'll tell you. So, and you can see that it is very closely knit in the northern India. Why is it so? Because in northern plains, there are conditions enabling closely knit system in northern plains. Why? Because the northern plains have vast level land like flat land and high population density because the demand is high, therefore so many train networks over here, and rich agricultural resources provide the most favorable condition. while on the other side, the Himalayan mountains regions are too unfavorable for the construction of railways. Alright, so the distribution of pattern of the railway network has been largely influenced by physiographic. When you call by physio, what do you understand by physiographic? That is landforms. Economic regions means if they are near like some industry, let's say it's Tisco, Tata Iron and Steel Company. So they would definitely have more railway networks uh, adjacent to this industry. Why? So that this is economical and profitable for the country itself. If their transportation cost is less, they would gain more profit, and therefore if this is a government incentive, though it is privately owned, but sometimes there are government corporations also, so they would get help. And administrative factors, if the administration, the government is taking steps and effectively implementing it, this also adds to the incentive. Now, challenge faced by the government. What are the challenges faced by the government? Rivers require construction of bridges across a wide bed. So there are sometimes rivers, because even in flat plains there are rivers flowing. So how would you make trains cross them? So you have to make enormous bridges, and sometimes bridges in Himachal Pradesh has nowadays it has collapsed due to heavy rains and boulders hitting. So it has collapsed. So sometimes this is an unfortunate circumstance that took place over there, and it is very sad that it happened, but it happened. So you have to construct bridges across their wide beds. And now there is railway tracks are laid through low hills, gaps or tunnels in hilly regions. So they also have to tackle with the situation in hilly regions. What they do, they make tunnels, and through this trains move. Alright, and sometimes even animals are sitting there and they get hit and killed, and even elephants are killed. But elephants are also now used to that there is something passing through this tunnel, and we should not be standing in the middle of the track, we'll get killed. But we are playing with the nature here, and we should not do so. Unsuitability of the Himalayas. So in these areas, it is very unsuitable to make railways accessible over there. What are the areas? Himalayas, western Rajasthan, swamps of Gujarat. In the Gujarat, what happens? There are certain areas where the lands get sunken in. There are swamps. So how could you plan on making railways over there? Forested tracts of Madhya Pradesh. You cannot interfere within the private lives of animals as well, because if animals are extinct, if nature is played with, nature will play games that you cannot bear. So be ready. Don't be selfish. But therefore, not being selfish, we do not make railways inside the forest, because there are dangerous repercussions of it. Then comes our Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand and Sahyadrias share the same problems. There is also a problem known as when people do corruption. Alright, many passengers travel without tickets, thefts occur. Alright, without ticket, thefts, and sometimes for fun only, they are snatching away the chains. Alright, so this is creating a ruckus in the railways. So this practices should be avoided. Now we are talking about the pipelines. What are pipelines? Pipelines are the mode of transportation through which oil fields or oil is taken to different places. So you cannot, pack the oil in various large containers and take from one place to another. So sometimes it does not happen like that. So there are significant pipelines which carry the oil and the gas differently in different pipelines. Alright, so some special ones are, or some very famous ones are Assam to Kanpur. This is an oil field. Alright, from Upper Assam to Kanpur. Then there is Hazira, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur gas pipeline. So, and some famous are from Baraudi to Haldia. Alright, via Rajband to Morigram, and Guwahati to Siliguri. So these are the major gas pipelines. Alright, and it also has branches to Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babarala and other places in Uttar Pradesh. So that is how they are closely linked to each other and the oil gas transportation occurs. Alright. We have already discussed it, right? From Salaya in Gujarat, Salaya is a place in Gujarat, to Jalandhar in Punjab. Jalandhar is also a very famous place in Gujarat. So it has branches to connect, this one has branches to connect Kuali. Kuali is near Vadodara. These are all places, if you have not visited, you won't have any idea about it, but just, this is for general knowledge, you all should be knowing it. So it is near Vadodara, Gujarat, Chakshu and other places. And these are very famous places located here. Now we are going to discuss about waterways and airways. That means water transportation and air transportation. So, you can see India has inland navigation waterways is about 14,500 kilometer in length. Such a huge number. And out of which only 5,685 kilometers are navigable by mechanized vessels. Alright. So through this only mechanized vessels cover only this much of length. Now we have in National Water 1, that is Allahabad to Haldia. You can see here 1620 kilometer. Then Brahmaputra River, it is National Waterways 2, that is Dhubri to Sadia. Then West Coast Canal in Kollam to Kottapuram to Kollam. Alright. Then Udyog Mandal and Champakara canals specified like it is Godavari. So you will also get specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada, Puducherry canals and specified stretches of river Brahmani. So you have an idea, no? You got an idea that how national waterways work. In the same way we have national highways and similarly we also have waterways and it's up till now it is 6 in numbers. They might increase according to government's plan and budget. Now we'll talk about major seaports. So India has 12 major and 200 non-major or you can also call minor ports. So which handles 95% of India's foreign trade, alright. And Mumbai, as you all know, the city of dreams, is the biggest port. Kandla was the first port developed after independence. So this is a fact, you all should remember it. So we can see this Mumbai, Marimagao, New Mangalore. Can you locate them? So these are very some special ports. Kolkata port, you can see Paradip. Visakhapatnam is also very famous. Chennai port, Tuticorin we have. So these are so many ports over here. Haldia you can see. Now we are talking about airways. So air transport was nationalized in 1953. What do you mean by nationalized? Came under central government. Alright, or came under the jurisdiction of government. Then it is referred to as nationalization. Then Air India provides international air services, means you can go abroad also. Alright, various Pavan Hans Helicopter Limited, it provides helicopter services to ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Headquarter, Dehradun. Alright. So this is an activity, find out the names of the countries connected by Air India. Let's just take out 5 countries. Firstly, it would be Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, alright, Sri Lanka. You can extend the list and you can, if you have no idea about, do proper basic Google search you can do and you will get the answer of this. It is a very easy question. You can easily Google it down or otherwise note these. These are sufficient. Alright. So we have communication in India. Indian postal network is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communications. And we have 6 mail channels of India. What are these? Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, Business channel, Bulk mail channel and periodic channels. So the names you should remember, that is enough. And cards and envelopes are considered first class mail and are airlifted between stations, alright, covering both land and air. So the second class mail includes, there are different classes on also. Second class includes book packets, registered newspapers and periodicals. Now, how telecommunication works in India. So maybe you have no idea about it because nowadays everybody has mobile phone. But before that we had STD, ISD, PCO and whatnot. So India is one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. More than 2/3 villagers in India have already been covered with STD, subscriber trunk dialing for telephone facility. Now mass communication is how you broadcast it to majority of people, because with phones you only talk to one person, all right? So how to broadcast something? All India radio, like Man Ki Baat, you could have listened to it. So it is broadcasted through All India Radio, Akashvani. National, regional, local languages, all kind of languages. Then newspapers are published in over 100 languages and dialects. Alright, and this is CBFC, Central Board of Film Certification. You can write here. So through films also there is a mass communication happening, alright? Yes, it is happening. That is also used to certify both Indian and foreign films. Now we are talking about international trade. So the exchange of goods among people, state and country is called trade. You exchange things. But when you do it to the abroad, people living in foreign areas and the organization, it is referred to as internal trade. What we usually export means sell. We sell gems, jewelry, chemicals, related products, agriculture, elite products, sometimes medicines. Alright, what we import, what we buy, it is petroleum, crude and products, gems and jewelry, sometimes chemicals and related products, beauty products it may be, and base metals, electronic terms, machinery, agriculture and elite products sometimes, because we are really good with the agriculture and stuff. Tourism in India. So more than 50 million people. Tourism is people when come to visit your place, and Gujarat tourism, you must have heard about it and it is very widely known, are directly engaged in the tourism industry. So it gives employment to so many people living in that region. Alright. So it promotes national integration. Some values also it inculcates. It grows in an individual. What are the values? National integration. Provide support to local handicrafts, like cultural pursuits. So some people with basuris also gets employment because people watch their shows. Alright. So today we have discussed about all kind of transport and communication sector related things. We have discussed about waterways, airways, land transportation, which included railways, pipelines, which take gases here to there, and whatnot. So we have covered a wide variety of transportation as well as communication and services, which is a source of economics or economy for the local people, and it constitutes our service sectors. So I hope you have got the conceptual clarity regarding the subject. With this, I'm ending this chapter and I'm ending this video, and we'll meet again in the next video where we'll be discussing about exercises related to this chapter, and we will do the revision of this chapter. Thank you all. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.